Good day, this is Graham Bibby here from InstantStockResults.com. It's the 14th of June 2013. After having a couple of shaky weeks on the stock market, I signalled to you roughly a week ago that I thought the bottom was in, and if we look at the chart here of the Dow Jones, with the arrows pointing now across to the right, where that circle is, that was the longer term support level. We actually broke a short term support level here, and this angle was violated, but the market really needed to find support here, and it bounced off of that low quite significantly, and then a really strong day the following day, and just last night we've confirmed this should be the bottom in place now at 15,000. Now the stocks that we've got in our portfolio are ones, just to remind you, have very strong earnings growth. That means these companies are growing very, very strongly, and their earnings growth are strong in relation to a low PE ratio. And then we come up with a thing called a PEG ratio. Let's just have a look at the Nasdaq before I completely move on. And again, we marginally broke the stop loss here on that day, closing day, but you sell on weakness the following day and the market was up strongly to a new high, and it looks to me like the bottom's in place. Now, what a terrific night for the stocks that we've got. I mean, I don't really know where to start. We've got a couple of new buys I'm going to tell you about, but this is Visa. It just really went sideways through all this correction phase, and then had a nice strong day there. So that could be another buy if people haven't bought it. There's so many strong stocks in our portfolio. This is Con Electronic Stores. Again, you can see we just had one down day, and then we've moved up, and we're still in this really strong uptrend. So, that's all looking good. Microsoft, as you know, we recommended back here in the 32 range. It pulled back recently to 34.72, but that's still a significant rise over the course of what is really a month. One of the stocks that I really like for its low PE ratio is this stock, which is in our portfolio, called Tenneco's Auto Parts. Look at this huge, it never corrected. This is another buy. It never corrected, and it's hitting a new high. It's 2.9% up last night. Now this stock is growing. The earnings growth is 26% per annum, and it's, a reasonable PEG ratio is 1.2 to 1.3. That's if you divide the PE ratio into the growth rate. This stock is at 0.5. It is so cheap, so very, very cheap. That's a great buy there. Another stock that we've got in our portfolio, which our clients are loving, is Valeant Pharmaceuticals. Now, you could say that this corrected quite a lot here, but the thing is, when you get this kind of upward movement from this low, that amount of buying is so significant that you would expect to see more significant profit taking. So this stock rose from below 75 to over 100 in 2 days. So you'd expect it to roughly correct 50% of that, which is exactly what it's done, and then had a really strong buy, an up day last night, 2.94%. The most recent buy came here on this breakout at 55. It's 85 now. I think it's going to be a double your money stock, so that's terrific. Yahoo, we've had this in our portfolio for ages. Again, it's really been trading sideways because the growth babies are always the growth babies, and this stock looks great, is up 1.86. So I just want to end up here saying the market looks like it's stabilized. All our stocks are looking good. What I want to add to that list today is this stock, and you could say, just to jazz your portfolio up, which is a bit corny, but there you go. This is another pharmaceutical stock, up 4% last night. This stock has broken out to the upside. It's growing. This company is growing 23% per annum. It's in the biotech sector, and it's a 0.44 PEG ratio. It is so cheap. Screaming buy. And then if you're like me and you're trying to get off the weight, let's get on to SodaStream. That broke out. Original buy came all the way back down here. when it broke out of, let me just show you some analysis here. Just draw some trend lines for you. So what we've basically got here is the stock was in a bit of a downtrend here, and then when we broke out of that, and especially when we had this bottom, somewhere around 38 was the first buy. It's 71 now within 6 months, nearly a double your money already, and the last buy was on a breakout of this, somewhere in the region of 51 to 71 in, let's say, 6 weeks. That's 42% in 6 weeks. SodaStream, it's growing 24% per annum, the company, and it's trading at 0.86 PEG ratio, so really, really cheap. So add that to the buy list. I just want to finish off with one last thing that I'm looking at to give you an idea. This is in the construction and materials sector, because I've been watching this with some interest, because this has had some of the biggest sell-off. This has gone from 50 to 40 in about 4 weeks. So in my recollection, if you go from 50 to 40, that's somewhere in the region of 20% drop. But what a strong day last night. I think the construction stocks have bottomed out. I think it's a little bit early for the way that we're playing it, because we want to be conservative. If you're really aggressive, you'd buy it, put a stop under 40. But I'm looking at these stocks because I think we'll add them to the list soon. So this is Graham Bibby from InstantStockResults.com saying, don't forget those 2 new buys. This is our whole list on the right of the stocks that we've got. And then I've got a few, like the S&P, Dow Jones and the Nasdaq in there, just so we compare easily. This is the stocks we've got. They're all screaming buys. I have a lot of new buys in the pipeline. Great PEG ratios, just waiting for those buy signals. So this is the 14th of June, and it's Graham Bibby here saying I'm look forward to updating you next week, and I've got a feeling there's going to be quite a few buys coming through. So I'm wishing you a very profitable week.